Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, everyone. We're super excited to be here together today again and having joining us in our episode of the Tajweed class. It's amazing. It's been a while. I want to say Eid Mubarak to everyone, although the Eid has long gone. We were on break for 2 weeks, everyone. I think we mentioned that last session. We're on break for 2 weeks, and alhamdulillah, we're back here again to continue our Tajweed classes as we used to do. And أعوذ بالله من الشيطان بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. For everyone tuning on today, listening to me, my name is Imam Muhammad from Mahir Academy. I'm the founder of Mahir Academy. We have amazing programs for students who wants to become fluent Quranic reciters. If you're adults, we have adult classes that just started this week. So if you're willing to be a fluent Quran reciter in 4 months as an adult, put a yes in this in the comments of this video anytime you watch this video, so we can personally reach out to you to give you the days of the adult class. And if you have a child that's actually been learning Quran forever, or you want your child to be able to read the Quran fluently, so meaning your child can take any part of the Quran, or you yourself want to take any part of the Quran to read with Tajweed. This is our goal and this is our vision in this program, in this academy. We have Quran reading fluency program that will teach you the Tajweed and the Arabic from the beginning without having you to spend years before you can become a fluent Quran reciter. It's 4 months, guys. This is not very common opportunity than this. So try to plug in into this opportunity and learn with our habits that we implement in the classes, the strategies that we use to teach students, and also the environment that we've created for our students in the program. And so you want to be the likes of kids 6, 5 years old, who, alhamdulillah, are now able to read the Quran themselves within 4 months. In 4 months' time, you want to see a child do that as well. Put a yes in the chat there and put Quran comments below. So that we can, reach out to you and set up a time to discuss the potentials and the probability of getting this done for a child on time. We have classes that just started this month, this week, what's 15th of April. We're on break for 2 weeks, so we start our new classes. We have close to 20 students that started this month. It's exciting having all these new faces in our program, alhamdulillah. So if you want to be the next story, the next success story of a student becoming a fluent Quran reciter by using our amazing Quran accelerated Quran reader system that helps you to build the foundation of reading, help you to retain the lessons as you learn, and help you to transfer the skills, reach out to us and let us talk about this opportunity. Let's talk about this secret journey for yourself, for a child. And so we call all, be excited about this together, inshallah. And we'll meet together in Jannah. So everyone, today I will talk briefly about the tongue letters of the Quran. It's really amazing that we started this topic in March before we went on break for Ramadan. We actually went through a lot of stuff about the regions of the letters, where the letters come out from in the mouth. Also, we've talked about the halq, which is the throat, where 6 letters of the Quran actually comes out in from. And also we've talked about the mouth, which is the jawf, where the mud letters come out from. Okay, so there are different kind of letters of the Quran in terms of the region where they come out from. And this is something we all need to learn. We need to learn this. Okay, we are all passionate about Quran learning, but how do we get this goal achieved for ourselves and our kids in a much easy and a much predictable manner? Like, imagine your child joining and getting to read the Quran themselves in 4 months. Instead of years. Many students or many parents have had their kids learning the Quran for more than 2 years, and barely the child can actually pronounce a word themselves in the Quran. I'm not talking about your child reading the Quran themselves, like reading from memory. I'm talking about students taking the Quran and reading from anywhere. Reading from anywhere in the Quran. So this is what we're talking about here today. And this is the potentials and the probabilities that we're talking about here today. It's certain, alhamdulillah, we have ways to track students, And we want to talk about some of the things that I used to teach my students in the class, which is about the Makharij. This is a very simple diagram I put on the screen here. I hope you all seen that. We've talked about a few things previously. So we've talked about the letters of the Quran, the major points of articulation, the regions of articulation of the letters of the Quran. And mind you, the Quran letters are pronounced out from different regions, okay, from different regions. So we have 5 of them based on, the narration of Imam Al-Jazari rahimahullah. So we have the Nisa cavity, which is the nose, we call it the Khayshum. Letters come out from these regions, so which mostly are the Gunna letters, the letters of Gunna, or the Nun Mushaddada, Mim Mushaddada. We have 4 kinds of Gunna. We already talked about this before in these wonderful sessions. We have go watch back our lessons on Gunna. There are 4 kinds of Gunna in Tajweed. We've talked about that. So among them is the Shadda of Nun Mushaddada, Nun and Mim Mushaddada. And those as one of the strongest kind of Gunna. Okay, so they go for like 2 counts before you cannot press that letter. So these are Gunna, and they come from the nose, the nasal cavity, upper part of the speech system. And we have the mouth, which we call the jawf, the oral cavity, some people call it. We have the alif mat coming out from the waw, and also the ya. And we also have the throat. We've talked about that. So we have 6 letters come out from the throat, and they are classified based on the region of the throat they come out from. The ghain and the kha actually come from the top part of the throat, and we have the ain and the ha come from the middle of the throat. Okay, it comes from the middle of the throat, and we have the a and the ha. So this come from the what? The bottom part of the throat. Okay, so this comes from the bottom part of the throat, which is the aqsal halq. A, ha, a, ha, gha, kha. Okay, and so we started discussing about the tongue letters. Amazing. This is really where a lot of work needs to be done, everyone. The tongue, mashallah. Allah has put some secret in the tongue. That's why Rasulullah mentioned about the tongue that every day all the part of the body will disown the tongue and compelling the tongue to be righteous. That if the tongue is righteous, all the parts of the body are going to be righteous. Imagine someone losing their tongue, they cannot talk. All these letters of the Quran will not be pronounced, they cannot do it. So you have this tongue, it's a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And how do you utilize it for the dhikr, for the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by reading the Quran? So we want to learn how to pronounce the tongue letters. They are 18 numbers, all of them. The tongue letters. Okay, they are 18 numbers. So we have 18 letters from the tongue because we have 29 Tajweed letters altogether. 29 Tajweed letters. So we have 18 letters from the tongue. We have 6 letters from the halq, which is making how much? 24. We have 4 letters. Okay, we have 4 letters here from the shafatain. So we have 4 letters from the shafatain, 24, 28. So there's 1 letter that's really going back and forth, which is the hamza. So the hamza and the alif are segmented separately. And so the hamza will sound differently from the alif. So the alif makes it 29 Quran letters because the hamza is different. So we have 29 Quran letters altogether. So today, inshallah, I already started discussing about the tongue letters before we went on break in late March. That was our last class we had together, 31st of March, I'm guessing, yeah. So we didn't have class, 2 weeks ago. We didn't have class on the 7th of April. We didn't have class on the 14th of April. We are on break, as an academy. We're on the Eid al-Fitr break. So we already talked about this. So the tongue is what we want to talk about today, the tongue. We already talked about the Makharij. So the tongue, subhanAllah, is a sacred part of the mouth. And the tongue only has about, it's a region, but it has 10 articulation points. That is to say, we have 5 Makharij, but we have 5 regions of articulation, but each of the region has a certain number of articulation points of Makharij. So we have articulation points, we have articulation regions. So regions are 5, the points varies based on the region. So the tongue has 10 articulation points, meaning the letters of the tongue come out from 10 different points in the tongue. Imagine that. So 10 different points on the tongue. So there are 18 letters that come from the tongue. But for ease of pronunciation and classification, again, the tongue. So these are letters that come from the middle of the tongue. They call them the huruf al-shajariya, the letters from the middle part of the tongue. Shin, ya, jim. So it's come from the middle of the tongue. Of course, with the help of the teeth and some other part of the mouth. Shin, ya, jim. Okay, these are letters that come from the middle of the tongue. But you see, the letters, the majority of the letters, 11 of them come from the tip of the tongue. So they are from the tip of the tongue, but the tip has different regions as well, different components. So, but all the letters that come from the tip of the tongue are 11 in numbers. And you see all these letters, and you see sometimes people make mistakes because they're so very close to each other. Like some people will pronounce it sa as sa. You see, they pronounce sa as sa. The reason is that because those letters are mutaqariban, they're very close to each other from the same makharij, or they are mutajalisan, they are from the same genes of the same place of articulation. But bear in mind, they might be of the same region, from the same part of the tongue. They might even have, or maybe sometimes have, different region of the tongue with which they come out from, but they might have the same attributes. Okay, they will have the same attributes. So one letter will not be the same all through with all the letters. So they have distinct differences that makes them unique. Okay, so a tha come from the tip of the tongue. Sa also come from the tip of the tongue, but they have different places they come out from and their attributes. A tha makes you blow the air out. Tha, 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 tha. But when you pronounce the sin, sin, you see the teeth are touching each other. Sin, sin, tha. The teeth, upper and lower teeth are not touching each other for the tha. Tha, tha. You see, you blow it out. Tha. But for the sin, sin, right? Sword. The sword also is not having the teeth close together. However, there is a very close proximity that the teeth, distance from the teeth and the tongue is very close, but it's not touching. Sword, unlike tha, the tongue is coming in between them. But the sin, the teeth actually touch. Sin, 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 right? Sword, it comes with whispering. Sword, sword, sword. This is ta, 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 dal, da, za, ra, noon. You see the noon, the tip of the tongue touching the top part of the ridge of the mouth. Noon, ta, 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 zain, ra, noon, sin, sod, sod, ta, ta, da, dal, the, 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 tha, tha. And we have the lam and the dod. Lam and dod. Dod comes from the edge of the tongue and the lam. Dod, lam. And we have the kaf, off. These both come from the back of the tongue, the deepest part of the tongue, aqsa lisan. They come from there. However, they have different attributes. Okay? Kaf is among the letters of isti'ila, why kaf is not. Ka, 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 ka. You see the difference in there. So this is something we need to practice next week together. Hopefully you all join with me live so we can do some reading practice, inshallah. Like I said, I'll end the call right now, the class today right now. If you want to be part of our program, you want to have a tailored program that helps you, or you're trying to get to a level of reading the Quran yourself with Tajweed properly, reach out to us, put Quran or put a comment on this chat, on this video, and let's talk about the process of joining the program and what it takes to actually join our program, inshallah. Until then, inshallah, we'll meet next week, this same time at 5 p.m. UK time, 12 p.m. Eastern. Inshallah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.